to the channel. If you're the first time joining, return, thank you for coming back. It's been a little minute. A lot of stuff has transpired since now and then. I'm frankly just straight up tired. I'm mentally and physically exhausted to points that I can't even say on the internet. Been through a lot of crap, and I'm tired. I'm just tired. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I think the best way to let me back up. I've been assuming that people understand the stuff that I've been through, and you know, there's a lot of things that you guys just don't know. For those of you who don't believe in government cover-ups and conspiracies and all kind of stuff like that, they do happen every day to average people. It's just that it never gets put out there. And there's not too many people that go down this road. This is a road less traveled. Nobody really stands up to these people out of fear. I've been through so much that I'm not fear. I'm scared of none of them, for real. Because well, how's that saying go? Cowards run in packs, especially when they know you did you wrong. Right? So this channel wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Josh Pillault. So I'm gonna run this little short clip. I want you to actually go watch the full video. It's in the description box below, and then we're gonna jump off into this content.
October 2012. You're 19 years old. Another player approaches you, calls you insane, tells you to kill yourself. Enraged and enticed, you respond back with empty threats. You spend the next 6 years of your life behind bars. This is the story of Josh Pillault, how and why he grew up in jail over an empty threat he made on Runescape.
It's just dark humor, obviously a joke.
Spent 6 years in jail for being too edgy in the game.
She's gonna be for a rude awakening when this motherfucker get hold of his ass.
Out of anger, Josh responded saying that he would not only kill himself, but also take his school out with him.
If you've been on the internet long enough, you see this all over the place.
Even his inmates and the guards at the prison that he's being held at have said, like, they don't know why he's here.
When he first hit the yard and shit, I was like, okay, that's white boy. They gonna fuck him.
Nobody is harmed as a result of you being concerned that a particular child in school might act out violently. He is helped in most circumstances.
Because it's well known around the world that the U.S. justice system is just pure, absolute smegma.
I was in the one house in Mississippi that didn't have a damn gun in it. Like the only house in the entire South that didn't have a gun, and that's where they arrested me. I didn't have a pocket knife in there. BB gun, nothing. No CO2 cartridges, not a gallon of gasoline. I mean, like, straight up nothing.
They made Josh go under psychiatric evaluation, and the psychiatrist deemed him as a mentally stable person who isn't going to hurt himself or others.
I watched him grow. I watched him grow from a boy to a man, and he learned a valuable lesson about talking shit on stupid ass video games.
And then I said, and you guys can forgive me, I was kind of having a little bit of an emotional attack as this was going on and this was unfolding, because it was becoming clear to me that I served someone else's time. I have no hard feelings against this girl. She was scared to death. This made so much more sense to me when I learned about this. But you'll see that I was quite emotional. So please forgive me saying anything that seems a little too dark or a little too sweet or a little over the top. It was very emotionally overwhelming for me to learn that I had literally gone to prison for her crime. So I said, I knew it. Oh, finally, I knew you wouldn't do that to me. This is censored for legal purposes again, but I put a little bit of text on the screen when we were editing these out. She said it was prosecutor number 2's son and his best friend is who she had sex with simultaneously, okay? Prosecutor number 2's daughter found out about it. So that was her little brother. This girl had sex with the prosecutor's son and his best friend. That same prosecutor's daughter found out about it, okay? So she says it was these two guys, but his sister found out and was pissed for whatever reason and told her parents that I took advantage of them. It was a mess. And I said, at the same time, right? Because she had sexual relations with both of these guys at the same time. I said, and her father is a federal prosecutor. Did they come arrest you? She said, yes, in Cleveland, Mississippi. I said, whole Fed team or just some cops? because I was wondering about this. And she said it was just cops. That's not how the FBI runs, guys. They were already trying to keep this under wraps. If she'd have made it out that the boys were all there, I would have been more dubious, but I know how they operate.
That whole situation was insane, right? And they did him super dirty. He was not supposed to get all that much time, and they did a whole bunch of legal stuff. You need to go watch the full video so you can really understand the story. And I knew this guy personally. Now, this case happened over 15 years ago, and I'm gonna be straight up with you. It was a conspiracy, and it was a cover-up of a murder and police brutality. This is the truth, right? Wouldn't be bringing this all up over 15 years later if it didn't happen, right? And I didn't receive justice, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try my best to hold my composure and not get ignorant, not let the convict come out and speak in an articulate manner, bro, because it gets me so upset that, like, let me back up. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I was laying down one night, I was just thinking, and none of my family, none of my friends, nobody really asked me, like, what happened. You know what I'm saying? None of the times I ever been in trouble, nobody ever really honestly just reached out. They would go behind my back and talk about me, or, you know, say, oh yeah, he got locked up for this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah.
We just want to make sure we come here.
We just want to know we get her out of here, and he doesn't harm us. Because as much as he acting like that, he's been in and out of prison most of his life. Because the last time I come here, I didn't even see him because he was in prison. He was injured. As fast as he's out, a couple months after, he said, and he videotaped all these things, and then he put them on Facebook and write this, and how they're doing me this and they're doing me that. But he doesn't say about it. If you look at her real good, he had 2 pit bull here that nearly killed her.
With me and my grandmother, they're cool. Cool. That's why it's been like at least like 15, 20 minutes. I said, I'm just gonna see what they're gonna do. They've been in here and they're with her for a minute. So I'm gonna catch them and see what they're doing.
Where you going? Oh.
I knew it. You got the plate in your hand.
Right.
I knew it. You was feeding them, wasn't you?
No, man. No. They stand up in there waiting.
Yeah, waiting. Yeah, they was waiting.
I every time I said, Gary, they're bored.
Yeah, they're like, where's he at?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Huh?
They smell the food.
Yeah, they following her. Oh, he's locked up again. Nobody really honestly reached out. The only people that did really just was to use me. They was like, oh, well, he could fix this and he could do this, that, and the third for me. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like how we met and the things you see me doing, like my job. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. A lot of people, a lot of the subscribers have seen what Josh went through and stuff like that. They don't really know a lot about how formerly incarcerated people go through things.
Yeah. I met him at my job. There's no bullshit. I got out of my car and he disappeared out of nowhere. I don't know where the fuck he came from. I just know he was right there. I'm like, where did this little motherfucker come from? And ever since then, I mean, we've been cool. We chill together. And of course, one thing led to another, and here we are. But he is a very good person, very passionate, very caring. Sometimes too damn caring, because I tell him he needs to say no sometimes, take some time for himself. Because he's overexerting himself a lot, and he does know how to do a lot of things. A whole lot of things. Welding, working in cars, serve safe. Hell, he can build a fucking house. So, I mean, that should pretty much tell you in a nutshell.
She couldn't help herself. She had to come on here and look. She put on my sweater. She said she was watching me. She said, I gotta see it. She said, right when I was putting the last screw. So yes, once again, I missed some recording. But have cameras, so you'll see me when I'm picking my nose and stuff while I'm doing this. So, so yeah, got the first one in. It wasn't too bad. Had these plates, damn, I already put the screws in. Yeah, it's not going nowhere. That sucker's not going nowhere. And that's the first time I ever did that. With the PVC wood ones I've done, PVC I haven't done. So, not so bad. It's just a cutting. That's it. I mean, so now I got it. I already got my blocks cut out. I have to move all these plants out the way. It's gonna be in my way when working. I'll put some over there, stuff like that. Let's get the rest of these things knocked out. You like it so far, Grandma?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
From what you said, I look like that. You're different and different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna look a lot better when all is done. And that railing.
Yeah.
I don't think there was, where is it, at the post? Not a post for the railing for you to walk down. This post right here is hollow. I don't.
It's on the top.
No, you got the top. The top is in that box over there. That's the one they had mailed us. Okay. But there's no, it's hollow. So I'm thinking that I have to get a post. I got some 4x4s back there, and I can put it in right there. But I'm gonna have to drill into the concrete to make it work. All that stuff like that. But that's last. I'm saving the best for last. That's gonna take the longest probably. Plus I have to do the slope to get the pitch right, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, let me get back to it, you guys. I wouldn't be bringing this all up if it wasn't true. And there was another inmate that I was incarcerated with, and he was a drug addict, and he wasn't in the best of health. Read between the lines. And he told me, he's like, man, get it on record. He said, you talking to your lawyer, you know what I'm saying, you crying about it to these other dudes, they don't care, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even telling me, he was like, bro, you got to get it on record. You got to hit that law number. You got to start doing paperwork and stuff like that. You got to get it on the record. That way, if you want to appeal it, or if you know what I'm saying, you want to sue these folks for what they did, you know what I'm saying, you got to show a track record of what happened. And I'm so glad that I put forth the effort at the time. And he told me, he's like, man, right now it's going to seem like, nothing's, you're not doing anything. He's like, bro, you're making waves. You know what I'm saying? You're making a ripple, and the ripple will turn into a wave. You know what I'm saying? He was like, just keep going. And I didn't really understand what he was saying. I was like, this is some old junkie, man. I don't even know why I listened to this dude. And then now, over a decade later, bro, like, I wish I could get that man a hug, bro, because he did not lead me astray at all. And people used to tease me because I was hanging out with him. They said, oh, you hanging out with a junkie, this, that, and third. You gonna get sick hanging out with him, blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't even eat at the same table with this man, bro. It was so crazy. They didn't give that man no respect. But anyway, so first you need to do is log on to Pacer. This is all public knowledge. This is all public information, right? And I need you to just bear with me through this. And I'm getting upset right now. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about all this crap. This one officer beat me to death, literally. The paramedics had to resuscitate me. They didn't give me medical treatment at the scene. This fucking asshole drove me from the scene to the jail unconscious and beaten up, right? The staff had to call 911 to get me rushed to the hospital. They covered it all up and twisted the story around and was trying to set me up after I got released, bro. Like, the evidence was messed up and everything, but you ain't gotta believe nothing I'm saying, bro. We gonna jump off into this paperwork and I'm gonna point out everything. And mind you, this happened a long time ago, over a decade ago. Now my family, not nobody ever sat me down and asked me what happened. They just took these fucking people's word for it, bro. They had laid down the story that I tried to kill a cop. That's what they told everybody. That's what they tell us. Like, he's violent, he tries to do something. Bro, I don't got no violence in my criminal history. That's not my MO. I'm not with none of that shit, bro. I avoid them people, especially if I know they dirty cops. And then I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't have anything against law enforcement. I have something against dirty cops. And I definitely have something against people who help them. Straight up. So anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and jump off into it. Here we go. Look. 1, 2. Look. Look at those. 3, 4. See all that? 5. Shit, they're all over my legs, bro. I just walked over here into this area. Oh my God. Look at that shit. They're literally attacking the fuck out of me right now. Shit, bro. Look at all that. I'm doing this just to show you. This is what happens when you have dirty cops. Just come and search in your house and shit. And this is extremely embarrassing, but I just want to show you. This is what I'm going through. Right? Now I'm gonna have to spray these suckers, and I'm gonna have a whole bunch of bumps on my fucking legs. Alright, before any of y'all get this talking crazy, saying anything, and you're like, oh, you know, you just nasty, this, that, third. Haven't had no pets, no animals, or nothing, right? And they just popped up out of nowhere, bro. I'm talking about I came in the house and all of a sudden, beep, 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 they were just jumping all over me. I was like, man, what the... Bro, it's a whole... it's a whole process to get rid of them suckers. You gotta wash everything, bag everything up in trash bags, isolate it, take it somewhere, put it somewhere where you didn't already bombed and sprayed and stuff like that. And you gotta keep doing, you gotta keep spraying, you gotta keep bombing, you gotta wash everything. You can only wear a certain amount of clothes, like that way they don't spread. And they eat like dead skin and everything. They're like super hard to get rid of for real. And it's a process. So here's the thing, they didn't think that I would like put this out there. And who am I going to tell them? Oh, who's breaking into the crib and doing illegal searches?
On October 25th, 2001, the USA Patriot Act was signed into law without any amendments. For a bill that passed so quickly, it was very long and very dense. Few lawmakers read it in full before they voted for it. The law was also full of controversy and quickly became the subject of a lot of criticism and debate. Many went so far as to call it unconstitutional. The Patriot Act included all kinds of new rules and amendments, particularly ones about surveillance and national security. It included amendments to the Wiretap Act. This let police obtain court orders to spy and eavesdrop on suspected cybercriminals and terrorists by intercepting their phone calls, emails, and any other form of communication. It added credit card and bank account numbers to a government-controlled database that could be accessed with court permission. It also allowed government officials to use trap and trace devices and conduct sneak and peek searches. Trap and trace devices can trace phone calls to individuals and addresses. Sneak and peek searches are searches where officials or police can break into someone's home or office and snoop around without their permission. In other words, the Patriot Act made it easier for the FBI to spy on Americans and search their homes. Patriot Act. In actuality, the Patriot Act has done more to catch drug dealers than terrorists. Americans feel mixed about that. Reducing crime across the board is considered a good thing, a priority that crosses party lines. But many Americans are skeptical of the government using laws outside of their original intent. Americans have also criticized the act for being unconstitutional. In particular, they took issue with Section 215 for violating the Fourth Amendment, the protection against unlawful searches and seizures, by permitting warrantless searches. People also questioned Section 505, which allowed the government to impose gag orders, as well as investigate people based on their speech. Many saw this as a direct violation of our First Amendment rights. Others went on to criticize the act's implicit promotion of racial profiling.
Who I'll tell? I'm telling y'all. They ain't getting, you know what I'm saying? And that's illegal as hell. And they did it in vehicles to drive. Right? And they done it then. With these lawsuits and all this crazy stuff, this is the thing, bro. They trying to keep all this shit under wraps. And they trying to find something like, man, he gotta have something. They didn't try to get people close to me. They didn't try to send females at me, trying to play on my vices or whatever. And you know, and this is embarrassing as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. They will kill the power. So it wouldn't be on a security camera. They would kill the power. And then come in here and do whatever the fuck they want to. Rummage through everything. Look for whatever. And, you know, be looking stupid. Bro. Remember. Undercover Granny and the egg donor had destroyed the cameras and shit like that. And for what reason? Because they hiding what the hell is really going on.
Just want to
warrant gets cut. So from here, there's two things. This is probable cause to issue a warrant, and this is also probable cause to arrest without a warrant. You know what? Let's focus on this whole dog attack and this elderly abuse thing, right? Now, with these current pending lawsuits, do you think any police force or the state, the city, two cities, the state, and local, whatever, it's a bunch, it's county, right? Do you think that any one of those entities are going to try to help an individual that's suing them? Let's just use some common sense right there, right? Now, with this whole dog attack and this arrest and this elderly abuse crap that they're trying to pull, and the paperwork it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up, right? The warrant was issued on some bogus shit, right? 3583G clearly states that a person has to be found guilty, has to have 4 dirty urines within a period of 1 year before they can be, or have their probation revoked, meaning they get locked up behind. All right, G. So these are the conditions that your probation can be revoked, right? Mandatory revocation of or controlled substance firearm, refusal to comply with drug testing, right? So possession of controlled substance, so if you get caught with any type of drugs, of course, with a firearm, that's just common sense right there. Refusal to comply with drug testing imposed in the condition, meaning saying, I don't want to take a drug test, something like this. Or, here we go. As a part of drug testing for illegal controlled substances, more than 3 times over the course of 1 year. So, let's say you get 2 dirties within a year, right? You're good. They'll just send you to classes or something like that. They don't just automatically lock you up. They didn't do that, bro. And then they try to say somebody refused. No. And the paperwork and emails and everything like that was brought to the attention in the court, they didn't even recognize it. They was like, nah, he still violated. No. It complied with all that stuff like that. Now, here's something they don't tell a lot of people that get out on federal probation. You can, after a year, right? After 1 year, you can terminate supervised release and discharge a defendant released after any time of expiration of 1 year of supervised release pursuant to federal criminal code. Pretty much like this. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to, your probation officer could petition and and show the court that, hey, look, this person is doing everything they're supposed to, and they don't need to be on probation anymore. It's actually hindering them from doing certain things, whatever the case may be. They don't tell you all that, right? I had to find out on my own. Forgot to add this in here too, right? Following supervised release following revocation. So after you violate, let's say you violate probation, right? You do something else stupid and they lock you back up. They can actually restart your probation all over again, right? So let's say you got 2 year probation. If you mess up, they can start you back over. You back at 2 years. And every time you mess up, back to 2 years, back to square one. So you could have a 2 year probation sentence after serving whatever time you served. And then you'll have to just be on probation forever if you keep messing up. This shows everything that happened in the case. We're going to scroll on down, and there goes the revocation hearing and all that stuff like that. Got 7 months or whatever. Let's go ahead and scroll on down to that where I tried to get off probation early. Put in 2 pro se motions back in 2019. Pro se motion terminate probation, right? And then waited about a year and then did it again. They kept switching my POs. Every time I tried, they kept switching them, and they wouldn't put it in paperwork. Your probation officer has to be with you, to kind of put the paperwork in. If they, and that's why they kept switching them. They was doing this crazy crap. And then that's when all this hell broke loose, and then crazy girl came in my life, and then he issued that warrant. Now look at the dates. He issued the warrant in January. The arrest warrant wasn't executed until 2 months later, and he didn't come pick me up or nothing like that. Could have came any given time. Wasn't running from it. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you with some BS, from the jump. So now, right, let's go back to this crazy chick, right? Now remember, she went on the Nextdoor app and just went all the way in. If you go back to the Nextdoor app or any such type of social media platform wherever she had posted all this crazy stuff, it's all gone. She took all that shit down because it was all bullshit. Let me refresh your memory real quick, just in case you forgot. Okay, this is the post right here. This woman went and posted this crazy post on the Nextdoor app and just went in, bro. She went completely in. And the energy that it takes for somebody to be corresponding with hundreds of people on the Nextdoor app, like, just perpetuating this lie. If you go back, that post is completely gone because it was all a lie. She lied like crazy. She had some other videos that she put up. She lied. All this was to get me is if I were to respond to any of the comments that was made on that as public, that would she had took out a restraining order on me. That would violated the restraining order, and they would have been able to, actually lock me up. I didn't notice at the time. I was just ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? But this is what crazy is. This is what really crazy looks like. But she's a liar, bro. Just like the rest of the women in my family, bro. They all liars. Bro, and then in the midst of all that, the woman sent a video showing her, because this is the internet, you can't have to put this a certain way. She was trying to alternate control delete herself. And that right there. And she has a child with disabilities, bro. And that right there is, in fact, let me touch base on that real quick. Let me calm down for a second. I'm gonna be really transparent with you guys. I love this woman, and one of the things that mainly attracted me to her was because she had a child with disabilities, and I seen how she took care of that child. As crazy as she is, and as messed up this whole situation is, and how she did me, bro, she took care of that kid, right? And I could have did her dirty. I could have went to DFACS and reported her and got her, like, and told them, hey, look, go drug test her. And she would have got locked up, and her kid would have got taken away from her. But I'm not that type of dude. I'm not toxic. You see what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want nothing to happen to the little man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that right there alone, and that shows you my character, bro. It was insane. Matter of fact, and it can't even be shown really on the internet because it was just so fucking crazy. It's a lot. It is so much, and I'm begging y'all for help, bro. Like, you got all these crazy people. They say that I'm crazy, boy. Oh my god. Let's look at the totality of all this. Imagine, just put yourself in the situation. Imagine, you had a little rough coming up. You know what I'm saying? And got a dysfunctional family like most African American families do here in the States. And you get in trouble. You do some time, this, that, and third. Pay your debt. Excuse me, I can't even get out. I'm getting frustrated. You pay your debt to society. You get out after being falsely arrested, falsely accused, right, and spending almost a decade in prison with a bunch of savages. Not all of them are savages, but a lot of them were, right? Get out. Meet a woman that you think is going to probably be the one that ends up being more crazy than any woman that you ever met in your fucking life, right? Flips your life completely upside down. And not only that, you go to your other family members, right? I went to my siblings and even my fucking egg donor because she's crazy as shit. I was like, maybe in my mind, I'm like, maybe their craziness, one can outweigh the other and they'll run this crazy bitch off. No, it didn't work out that way. They joined forces with her and the damn dirty ass cops. And came at me because of all the money that's at play. All they had to do was offer them money. And them not going to jail for all the shit that they participated in. What would you do? Would you not be stressed out? How would you act? How would you carry around your day? And these people are going to... Think about this. You're going to your job. Trying to get your coworkers to set you up. Matter of fact, fuck it. I had one dude. This shit was crazy as hell, bro. I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all. Bro, I had one dude try to start a fight with me. Talk about, bro, I'll beat your ass and spit in your face. I'll spit in your face. I said, oh my god. Listen, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I don't give a fuck. This is the internet, bro. I wanted him to. I never, and some of you are like, man, he's crazy. I wanted him to. I honestly, I wanted him to just so I could release all this, these feelings that I have. But it would have been misplaced aggression. And I studied psychology, and it would have been going in the wrong direction. And that would have opened, bro. he would not have, boy, that'd have been the last time he spit anywhere on anything. I promise you that. I promise you that. He'd been sitting up in what's it, intensive care unit, rethinking his whole life choices, right? I shouldn't even said that, but fuck it, bro. Listen, it's just so much, and I try to compartmentalize a lot of this shit to the individuals and the things they've done, but it's just so many of them. And it's mainly the ones that's closest to me that hurt me the most, because how this old saying goes, your enemy can never betray you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you are. You know what I mean? I know that you are op. I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna stay away from you, keep my distance. But when it comes down to your friends and your family members and stuff like that, I'm gonna rock with you to the ends of the earth, bro. In some situations, I will give my life to protect my friends and my family, bro. You know, under the I can't get out and get upset. Depending upon the circumstances. You know what I mean? And there's things, man, I shouldn't even be talking like this, bro. I'm getting open on here. Bro, there's certain things that have transpired in my past that my friends and family don't know about, and I protected them and stopped them from being like harmed, like straight up. And I don't try to glorify or anything like that. Even like with Josh Pillault, bro. Like with that man right there, and I didn't want to do it like this, bro. And he admitted it himself, so that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. But he had a drug problem while he was incarcerated, which is understandable because he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. And they do not help you rehabilitate from any type of drugs or substance abuse problem. Them classes don't mean shit. That stuff is just not nothing. You get help from other inmates in there. That you get from your brothers that you locked up with. Those are the only ones that understand. Nobody that's teaching any of those classes or any type of treatment or anything like that, they have to have them went through it themselves. Josh, forgive me. There were so many times that people on the yard from different races came to me because of him and was like he was running up a tab. Some of them I had to pay the interest on those tabs to stop them from doing something to that man. And I told him, I said, bro, you don't touch him. I said, man, if you got a problem with him, bro, come holler at me. If he starts running up a tab, man, come holler at me, bro. I got him. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll favor for a favor type shit, like convict shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch him. He's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And I never wanted to put it out there like that. I never wanted to like rub in his face. Like, oh, I did this, that, and I'm not one of those count favor type friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to be talking to y'all right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy that I did those things for him because he made something of his life. He didn't just fucking, and I did so much shit for so many people and they all fucking stabbed me in the back, bro. And he's like one of the only ones that actually made something of his life, bro. And he's doing good, and I'm so fucking proud of him. I'll never take that shit away from him, bro. And he changed. You know what I'm saying? He changed for the better. And he took his experience and the shit he went through and he made it into a positive, bro. And he blossomed from it. That's some real gangster shit right there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that. And I respected him and I fucked with him so heavy because he was intelligent. That's another reason why I friended him when I was in there. I was like, bro, this kid is smart as shit, bro. And I wouldn't let nobody touch him. I'm talking about, bro, I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, because it's just pissing me off. Because I ain't got nobody, bro. I ain't got no friends to go to. That's what I'm coming to y'all, bro. All my friends turned on me for money and listening to these people they don't know because they my family members. They listen to these fucking folks. They crazy ass bitch. And I got plenty of proof and paper up. I ain't got nobody to bring it to. Bro, I'm talking about all my shit is hacked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I do is hacked. They do what the fuck they want. That Patriot Act is real, bro. I'm telling you for a fact. I'm living that shit right now, bro. And I ain't got nobody to fucking go to, dog. I ain't got nobody. This shit crazy. And I'm trying to like hold my composure and stop from fucking snapping the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because then they'll win. They'll be like, look, see, he's crazy, but y'all don't know what the fuck they didn't put me through. Y'all don't know what I'm living through on a daily basis. And I'm doing this shit dolo, bro. I'm doing this shit alone. I ain't got nobody to fucking really go to but me and God. That's it. That's the only one that really got my back. My fucking family, bro. And I try to talk to them and say, listen, man. And just listen, I know what they did, bro. This is how they do. They will get people that's close to you and make them turn on you, bro. And offer them money or put them in a situation where they'll be facing a bunch of time. But they know they can't scam you with that shit. I don't give a fuck, bro, when it come down to it, bro. I didn't been there. I didn't been in places that most of y'all couldn't even survive in a day, a couple of hours. Most people will fucking check the fuck out. I'm talking about check out of life, out of reality type shit. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I sit here. There's so many nights, bro. I lay down in the bed, I pray, and I just be like, yo, help me, bro. Like and I can't trust no fucking body, bro. I done been through too much. You know what I'm saying? I done been through too much, and I still hold my composure. I still keep my cool and my calm when I'm out in public and I'm doing shit, and when I'm working, and you know what I'm saying, trying to fucking just figure this shit the fuck out, and I'm doing paperwork for these lawsuits and all this shit. It's crazy as fuck. And these niggas that are breaking in the crib, trying to set a nigga up, bro. It's and like, these are civilians. These are fucking innocent civilians, bro. They probably got their own situation. They trying to get a time cup of help somebody that's locked up, you know what I'm saying, out of these type of situation and shit like that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know anything. I can't, and with that knowledge, I know that I can't physically do nothing to them. And that's some coward ass shit. As a law enforcement officer, you putting fucking innocent people between me and you. Man, you was a bitch, dog. My nigga, straight up, bro. You was a bitch, dog. For real, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna tell the truth. All they gonna say, he bad, this, that, or he this, that, and the third. But bro, even the paperwork is a paper trail of all the bullshit these folks done did, bro. I'm talking about, my nigga, I went to the CIA, bro. I flew to fucking DC, bro, and went to these folks and asked them for help, bro. You know what I'm saying? I went to the tippity top, bro. They turned me the fuck away. And they tried to plant shit on me at the airport, bro. They had civilians trying to throw shit in my goddamn luggage and all type of shit, bro. I'm like carrying all this shit. It was crazy as fuck. I got all the proof. I got phones that's fucking hacked and all type of shit. But this is the thing. If you go, man, it's so crazy. If you go, you can't even, like, let's say I go to sue them based on that shit, right? You have to have an attorney to work with a law firm for them to do a digital can't even get it out right. To do digital forensics on your fucking devices to see that if they hacked or tampered with. And I got plenty of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got fucking video footage of them doing some wild ass shit, and you know what I'm saying? I can't even show motherfuckers this shit for real, cause it's crazy. Bro, listen, and this is the thing like this. From them breaking in the crib and shit like that, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you, bro. I started to lay a serious trap for the ass on some fucking Saw, Home Alone, fucking crazy shit. Had them niggas fucked up in this bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, y'all wanna come keep breaking in, bitch? Alright, I'm gonna lay something down for y'all. But it be my luck, undercover granny coming here with her fucking crazy ass siblings, and they walk right into this shit. And then they be like, oh my, they be like, look what he did. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, god damn, let's go let them keep breaking in this motherfucker. Got to keep killing all these fucking fleas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker keep trying to set, bro. Let me stop, bro. Bro, y'all have no idea how pissed the fuck off I am, bro. And you know, I just